Hey there, welcome to Contracts and Chaos. My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Brenna, and we're here to tell you that you are not alone in the mayhem of this real estate industry.
We're keeping it real and sharing our stories, strategies, and successes in today's real estate world.
So come join us every Tuesday while we talk contracts and chaos. Let's see if we can actually keep this one under 15 minutes. You think?
Okay, I think we can.
Okay. This is hopefully going to be a quickie, just an inspirational, motivational little nugget, because I got to tell you, even this morning, I was scrolling through Facebook, and one agent that I love, admire, look up to, runs a massive business, truly, is like, I don't even, like, I'm beginning to wonder if I even know what I'm doing anymore. Like, I can't get anything under contract, you know? And it's just
Okay, then it's
this
not the
market
person I'm thinking of, because the
No.
person I'm thinking of has 32 houses under contract.
Well, and this one has my God, like 23 listings and buyers under contract and things, but the market is much different than it has been, right? We're having different conversations. Transactions are falling apart. Like it's a hard
It's a hard
space
market
to
right
be
now.
in. Yes. So we have, I think it's going to end up being 10 quotes that are not necessarily towards realtors, but will work for real estate in the life that we're living right now. So, do you want to alternate? Do you want to go first with our list? Or do you want to go first?
You go first. I really like the second one.
Okay. Well, of course, it's Walt Disney. Everybody
And
loves it.
honestly, I didn't even know it was him when I said that. I was just, it reminds me of something. So yes, you go with the first one.
The first one that we have is from Marie Forleo, and it says, "Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently." And I think that's so super important right now because, I mean, Alyssa, we do the things, right? And sometimes there's weeks that it doesn't look like we did anything. We've got nothing that's come under contract that week. Like those kinds of things, you're doing the work, but it's not paying off as fast as it has in the past. So
Yep, agreed. Or it feels like you're doing all the things, like all the prospecting, all of the marketing, and no one's talking to you. And you're like, and then it just poof, blows up. So, yes. Okay. The next one is from Walt Disney, and it kind of goes with the third one, but I won't take that from you. Walt Disney says the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And I feel like this really applies to us because so many of us have paralysis analysis or analysis paralysis. Well, if I don't do it, if I don't know exactly how to do it, or I don't have the full, no, just fucking do it. Just try it. Throw spaghetti at the wall. See what sticks. If that's where you are in your business right now, do it because something is better than nothing.
Yes.
So just start.
Absolutely.
Just start. And trust me, we all messed up. We've all had that, oh God moment. Just do it.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. We've all had at least one oh my God moment. But it also ties right in to the third one. See, this is rapid fire, you guys. So take notes. Done is better than perfect from Sheryl Sandberg. Seriously, the more you think about how you have to have a Flowdesk account connected to a landing page to collect those emails that will automate sending a link that is saved as a PDF in your Google Drive, and it looks just right, and the color is this, and the font is that. By the time you get all of that perfect, somebody else who said, "Hey guys, I have a list of 5 places to get ice cream on Saturday," message me for the details and are just sending that out via messages, having a conversation with somebody, sharing that information. They're already 3 steps ahead of you because they're doing it. They're implementing.
Right.
It doesn't have to be polished and automated and pristine. It needs to be done.
Yes. Which leads us into the next one, kind of.
These are all
right? We didn't do this on purpose, but it's all kind of flowing that way.
They're kind of built together. Yes.
You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. That boof. Mm-hmm. Because and that's Henry Ford. You can't. No one knows what you're going to do. You have to do it. So just do it. And if you do it and you fall flat on your face, one person might see that, but other people would be like, "Oh, look, she's doing it. She's doing it." Even if it's You're going and touring vacant listings for video and posting it because you got permission from the listing agent. The people who are still sitting on their couch thinking about getting their license, or like they don't know that you don't have a listing or you don't have anything under contract. They just see you doing it. So go do
Yep.
it.
Yep. I think that one's like so important because also like how many times do you hear people like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get into this," or "Oh yeah, I'm gonna," but never did.
Right.
And I feel like that also builds a reputation of somebody who's like, "Oh, they say they're going to do a lot, but they never actually show up and do it for their own
Right.
sake or for anybody else's, you know?" Oh well.
Exactly.
Let's see. Number 5 we have on here is opportunities don't happen, you create them. And there's one that my mom says. Oh, and that's Chris Gosser, I think.
Girls. Yeah, something
Um,
like that.
that my mom says that like if you wait for the opportunity to present itself before you prepare, you're too late kind of situation. Like get ready, stay ready so you don't have to get ready situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like you consistently showing up, putting yourself out there, doing the things, whether it's perfect or not, you are aligning yourself, whether you know it or not, with people who are looking to buy, sell, relocate just by doing those things. If you sit here and wait for somebody to call you to say, "Hi, I want to buy a house," that's happening very rarely these days,
Yeah.
just out of the blue. It's because of something that they saw or a relationship that you have with somebody who's connecting you with somebody else. It all leads together. This isn't a luck business. This is a hard work business. Somebody messaged me last week, was like, "Hey, I'm looking at getting my real estate license. They want to get out of whatever they're doing for work now." And she's like, "It just seems like an easy way to make money while at home with the kids." And I was like, "Well, let's get one thing very, very clear, sister. It is not an easy little side hustle while you're at
No.
home with the kids. Let me tell you,
I had a
it's
client
not."
I followed up with once and was like, hey, how are things going? Like, they had a lot of credit to work on and income issues. And she said, oh, I've decided to get my real estate license so I can buy any house I want because you keep telling me I can't. And I was like, I didn't tell you you couldn't. I told you you're not approved for that amount.
Right.
And
You
that
can't
paying
yet.
off the laptop that was a $20 a month payment isn't going to suddenly give you $200,000 more in buying power.
Hmm.
But good luck. You get that license so you can get into MLS and buy any house you want. You
Yep.
got a big learning curve in front of you, sweetheart. Good luck. Okay, so this is one of my sister's favorite people in the world. She has him all over her house in different ways. Discipline is choosing
That's
between what you
hilarious.
want now and what you want most. It's Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, she has I found a copper bust of him somewhere and it sits in her bathroom.
That's
Um,
so funny. That of all the people, like I've never had anybody
yeah,
or
she's
heard of anybody that has just
huge
like
Abe Lincoln fan.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So, and I think it's true. Discipline is like, yes, I would love to go out and do all the fun things all the time. But if I don't discipline myself and do my prospecting and do my whatever, I'm not going to have the lake house one day or the house in New York and the house here and the house on the beach. Like,
Right.
I've got to
It's
find that
either
discipline.
it's either short-term pleasure or long-term security
Yes.
is
And
how
let me
I
tell you,
try to like look
the
at it.
first 3 years of my career in real estate, there was very little pleasure. It was, no, I can't come on the lake. No, I can't go out to dinner. I'm sorry. Like, I've got all these things. I'll see you in a year.
I'll see you in
Because
a year.
yeah, but it's true. And my friend, like, I started the last 2 years coming back out of that because I've built the systems and I've, found the ebb and flow. But it's short-term pleasure or long-term gain. And I'd much rather have the long-term gain. So,
Absolutely. Every day of the week. And I like it's shocking to me how many people choose the other.
right.
That like short-term pleasure or like the flashy whatever it is that they're like this is what I have, but what is that doing for you for the future? Anyways, that's a different
Right.
soapbox
Right. I mean,
for a
and don't get
different
me
day.
wrong. I was that person. I have the
Hmm.
flashy handbags. But I guess I've just, and it drives my mom nuts. Hey, mom. Um, Like I bring it back, silly, I bring it back to my bed sheets or my towels. She bought me new towels because she hated them because they were rough. And I was like, but they absorb water.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal. I don't need to go spend money on that. Like I've done a complete 180 now. The pants I have on, different story, but I was obsessed and I waited like 2 months to see if I was still obsessed and I bought them. Um,
Sometimes I
okay.
have to do that with myself too because I'm like, I am an instant gratification kind of person, and sometimes I have to create my own dopamine, and sometimes that's like, oh my God, I need this thing. But 3 days later, I don't really need that thing anymore, you
Right,
know? So
right.
sometimes if I make myself wait,
And I
then
did. And I waited and then they were like almost sold out and I missed them and then I got them. So, but that's a whole nother story. I love these pants.
all
Okay,
right, I'll
your
do this
turn.
next one, and then you have two not
Yes.
on the
Well,
list. Is
we
that
have
right?
two more and then we have the two that aren't on the list. Yes.
Okay, so I'll do this one, and then you do one not on the list, and then I'll do the last one on the list. So we still
Okay.
alternate. Does
Yep.
that work?
Works for
Okay.
me.
We're ad-libbing a couple. So, you are the CEO of your own life, so start acting like it. If any of you listen to Mel Robbins, like she is
Mm-hmm.
a pulls no punches. Like you want to run this business, you want to be this person, and stop acting like a 9 to 5 employee that's just here to get paid, and that's it. Like I'm just here to do the things, to go through the motions, to say that I did it. The end.
Right. Yep.
Because it's a different. It's we're creating a business. We're creating something hopefully long term sustainable, so we don't have to hustle
Right. Or
the
like
rest of our lives.
it to me, this is also the, like when you hear people say must be nice.
I hate that.
Like when I was home last week, the police chief was giving me a hard time in a fun chiding. He's also the person that wrote me my first speeding ticket back in the day. I've
Oh, nice.
known Mike for
Love
forever,
that.
but he gave me a hard time. He was like, "Well, you mean you got to do this, this, and this to be able to drive that BMW?" And I was like, "You could drive a BMW. We just made different choices in life. Like,
Right.
I mean, and do you know how used
And
that
it's true.
BMW is? And oh, by the way, I drove
Hmm.
over the well pump 2 hours later, or the next day. So, but yeah, that to me, that's the reverse of must be nice. Those people are like, must be nice that she got to, move out of her home state and she drives a BMW, or, she's going here and there. And you could do it too. You are the CEO of your life. So make that decision, make the change, step up and do something.
Right. It is your decision. That's the
It
biggest thing.
is.
What you're not, and this is not on here, but what you're not changing, you're choosing. So there you go.
Exactly.
Okay. What's your
Exactly.
off list one?
Okay, so my off list one is actually, I have it back here if you're watching on my bookshelf, which I moved my desk again, so we're still reorganizing. um, but and I don't like this person anymore because she's done some off color things, but I like the quote. And it's literally what we're just saying, you are in control of the fight. And it reminds me a lot of I think it's a Roosevelt quote that Brene Brown quotes a lot, like the man on the floor, the man in the, like, you are in control of your fight. Like if you give up, then you've given up, but you control what you put into it. You control the output. So if you're only going to give it 10%, then you're going to get 10%.
Hmm.
That's the one I always come back to. Like, I am in control of my fight. I am the CEO. I am the man in the arena. And I just got to get back up and dust myself off. So that's my off list one.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is pick yourself up and dust yourself off.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole song about
Um,
that.
there is. There's a few of them, I
Try
think.
again.
Um,
I can hear it in
if
my
they
brain now.
if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair by Shirley Chisholm. Also, build a different table.
See, and
That's
that's
my
what I
that's
was going
my
to say.
spin.
I was
Like
like,
sometimes those tables, you don't want to bring a chair to that table. I
agreed.
love the idea of not necessarily like, oh, I can't do that. Like, yes, you can, right?
Yes.
But also, there are certain tables that I do feel you are better off to
Not
build
sitting
your
at.
own table.
Agreed. And I think it's one of those situational things. Like, yes, sometimes I'm going to bring a folding chair. Other times I'm going to be like, watch me build this table.
Yep.
Watch me.
because exactly, it works both ways. There are parts that you're like, oh heck yeah, I will sit in this camp chair and soak this up,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. But also then there's times that like, why would you drag your camp chair up to that closed shouldered like no,
No,
build it.
I will build my own table, and it will have s'mores. My
Oh,
s'mores will be better than your s'mores. Not your s'mores, but their s'mores. Um, okay. My other one, and this isn't, I mean, attributed to anyone other than the character in this movie. Um, but I remember the minute I saw it, and she spoke these words, I was like, okay. So it's from the movie The Help. And if you've seen it, there's the one maid who's with the little girl. And every time she gets her dressed or calms her down, she says to her, you is kind, you is smart, you is important.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've had that since the movie came out. I found it on Etsy. Like, I was like, I need that phrase in my life because I think we often, because we do get into situations where we're kind, but we're blunt or firm, um, or situations where maybe we don't know what's happening. It's important. This is literally my daily mantra when I don't have others. So, and we all know that I speak my mantras to my cat after a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this is part of it is like, if I don't have something else I feel I need to say that day, then I repeat this to us. Like, you is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is strong. Um, you can give love. Like, I just, I think we often need the reminder of no matter what happens, we are kind, we are smart, we are important. Like, don't let the world beat you down.
Oh my god, I think that's the perfect ending. That's great.
Ta-da!
And we're just over 15 minutes. Look at that.
Yes, we
So,
did it.
listen, seriously, keep your head up. There's so many. I see it, and I've honestly left so many real estate groups because they're so negative right now, and
Yes,
everybody's down. And we all feel it though. But here's another one: misery loves company. You guys, like the
it's
who you
true.
surround yourself. It just like don't, because it is so much easier to pull people down than it is to lift people up. So if you're in a space where you're like, oh my gosh, they're right. This life sucks. Nobody's buying a house. Nobody's selling a house. I don't think anybody likes me. Leave the group. You guys focus on what you have control over and just keep chugging away. Just keep swimming. That's from Dory.
Yes, in the words of
So,
Dory, just keep swimming, one breath at a time, y'all.
yes, and we will see you next week. We just finished another episode of Contracts and Chaos, but believe me, the chaos does not stop here. So check out the show notes for our email address and where to follow us on socials, and we will see you next week.